Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Stellar Cycles podcast, your hot girl database for all the things that we wish we were taught but get to learn together now. I'm your host, Alina, and we're going to be talking about everything pertaining to your femininity, your cycle and wellness, and your walk in life as a woman. And today, our topic is your strategy to having a hot girl, unforgettable summer. The goal of this episode is to break down the meaning of hot girl summer, why we're so obsessed with it, and the things that you can implement to have the best summer holiday, no matter if you're traveling or staying local. Things you need to do, what you need to avoid, and of course, how it all relates to us women and our uniqueness. Some current updates from my life, honestly, not that much. My mom came to visit me on Memorial Day Sunday and stayed for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And it was great, honestly, without a doubt, 10 out of 10 experience. She came down to get her hair done in Beverly Hills. So we took her out to LA from San Diego. It's about like a 3-hour drive. And so while she was there, me and my husband, we went to Erewhon and we tried the smoothies. I'm sorry, I don't get the hype. But the smoothies were not it. The store was so crowded and hectic. I was just like, yeah, this is definitely one of those things that people for sure come out for the hype. And the only thing I got out of that damn smoothie was a stomach ache for the rest of the day. So and that's how that went. But otherwise than that, it was a lovely time having my mom here. She just cooked it up. She baked me sourdough. She baked me food, traditional mamalicha, which is a Moldovan dish. So she taught me how to make all those things. And yeah, I think things with family can be tough and you just never know. Like, ooh, is my mom going to think I'm a good hostess? Is she going to think I'm a good wife? But we really bonded on this trip and it was lovely. And I can't wait to see more of my family this summer. And another little snippet for you guys is I'm very, very excited. I'm going to be getting certified in a new skill that I'm very stoked about, very happy to be doing. So stay tuned for more information about that. I definitely want to go through the course first before I say anything or start anything new. So yeah, I'm very excited. This will be in Sacramento in mid-June. So I'm going to travel to Sacramento for this. It's about a 3-day learning course. And yeah, I'm going to share with you guys what that'll be after I'm done. But let's get into today's conversation. Hot girl summer. So, why do we care about hot girl summer? Well, I think because it speaks to our inner child. Remember how when we were in school and we just waited for summer to come because we knew that's going to be the time when we would have all the fun. There was no schoolwork, no classes, no uniforms. If you went to a school with uniforms, which I did, and God, our uniforms were so ugly and they were just so bad. Ruined my experience for sure, dressing-wise. But either way, let's get back to hot girl summer. We wait for it to come just the same way that we waited for summer to come when we were kids, because we truly feel like we thrive as girls during this season, and it really is the most fun season. And when I talk about the female cycle, which is usually what this podcast is about, I always relate summer to your ovulation time, which is the midpoint of your cycle. It's when you feel the best. It's when your body has the most energy. You're able to do the most things, have the most fun, and be the most social. So it's no surprise that summer reflects those same qualities. And it's no coincidence either that you also feel your sexiest during the summer. You might get a little bit more sun on your skin. You might be glowing. Your acne might clear up. It's just truly God's gift to us girls, summertime. So I just want to remind you that hot girl doesn't pertain to like one specific type of girl or one specific type of aesthetic or appearance or trend. Hot girl really pertains to how you carry yourself, how you think about yourself, and how you put yourself out into the world. So how do we have ourselves a hot girl summer? Let's start off with, honestly, the foundation for pretty much anything, and that is physical health. Because without physical health, there's nothing. Ways that you can help support your physical health during hot girl summer is do more outdoor activities. Usually where most of us live, the weather is going to permit for better activities, more options to do things outside, sports and games, parks will be open, water activities. I know many people will live close to a lake or the ocean or some sort of beach, and there's just, so many more options for water activities. I'm definitely a water activity girl. Put me on a jet ski and I'm happy, but it's not for everyone either. So another thing that you can do to keep your physical health in point during the summertime and maybe meet some people, network, and kind of learn a hot girl sport is to try pickleball or tennis. Sign up for a hot girl sport, basically. Dance is a good one. One of my friends was visiting me here in February, and we were just like, what would be like a really feminine thing to do? Just to go sign up for a dance class. And I am not a good dancer at all. If anything, dancing was prohibited when I was growing up because my parents always told me that Christians don't dance. But dance is so incredible and necessary for getting stuck emotions out of your body and for feeling feminine. Dance is so, so feminine. So if that's something that's interesting to you, I would definitely sign up for a dance class because me and my friend Sarah did this, like I said, back in February, and it was so cool. It got done, and trust us, at least I was, by far not the greatest dancer in that class, but when it was done, I was like, whoa, I learned something new. I learned some choreography, and I feel so good and so sexy. So I think that would be a really great thing to try to do. Volleyball is one of my favorite sports too. I really enjoyed volleyball when I was in school, but when summertime comes around, I see volleyball becoming more of a thing. People are playing it outside, playing it at the park, at the beach, when they're camping. And volleyball is one of those sports that is fast-paced enough for me to stick with it. And another one, I don't know if I'm going to get into this one, is golf. I definitely see it as a hot girl sport, but it might be a little bit too up there for me to try to get into right now. Maybe later. But yeah, sign up for a hot girl sport and you're going to, for sure, keep your body and your physical health going, but also you're going to feel really confident having learned a new sport, a new game, a new skill. Now, even though summertime is fun for going out, and I know some people drink and they like to drink with their friends, and that's really what summer is for a lot of people. But I just want to remind you guys that it is important to keep a balance so that you don't spend half of your summer sick or hungover, and so that you enjoy the summertime that you waited so long for. Okay, so that is for physical health. You guys already know. Either you take care of your physical health or you don't. And most people by now know if they're doing the right thing or not the right thing. So that's on you. Moving on to mental health. Hot girls are good with their mental health, okay? They take care of their mental health. So one thing super important, I think that the main thing that affects all of our mental health so much is social media. I would encourage you, if you want to have a hot girl summer, to assess your relationship with social media. Is it helping you or is it hurting you? So you might need to mute or block some people. You might need to look and be like, okay, what kind of intentional time do I want to spend on social media? For example, researching ideas or actually creating things. So it's going to take a little bit of thinking about it, but at least that's going to lead to better results, I think, rather than just mindlessly doom scrolling and wasting time like so many of us do. I was up till 1 a.m. last night scrolling on TikTok. Which is not the norm for me, but I definitely felt how much it affected my day today. So I don't even have to tell you, you know what I'm talking about. When it comes to being on your phone or taking pictures or whatever, don't let anybody tell you that, oh, why are you taking so many pictures? Or you should be in the moment. For a lot of people, being in the moment is taking their photos in the way that they want to remember that moment, and then going back and looking through it. There's so many things that I would have forgotten about if I didn't have them in my camera roll. If we're being honest, I would seriously just straight up forget it. So whatever it means to you, document the shit out of your summer, or don't. Leave your phone at home, be in the moment, just do whatever you want and also post whatever you want. If you're worried about people judging you about how you're feeling yourself this summer or how confident you're being, honestly, I saw this idea on TikTok and I think I might do it. Start from zero. Literally start a new Instagram account and start posting whatever you want. If you want to start emulating an influencer or a content creator, do that. And then you won't be scared that there's these people who have been on your back and in your social media for years and years and years, lurking on you or judging you. Literally just perform for yourself. That's going to be our mental health bit with socials. Another way you can keep your hot girl summer mental health good is just doing simple things like grounding and being in the sunlight. Those are fantastic. Or just going for a walk and not being on your phone, not even listening to podcasts or not even listening to music. You're just going to be walking and letting those thoughts come and go and come and go. Very, very good for your mental health. And you know what else is going to be really good for your mental health this hot girl summer? Saying no to plans that you want absolutely nothing to do with. That's right, because summer is a limited time. We don't have that much time to just be, willy-nilly signing up for plans that you're not interested in, people you don't want to hang out with. We're too old for that. You literally don't have to do that. And finally, I find that, especially for me, so this really works for me and I really want to share it with you, but summer reading has been so great for slowing down my brain. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but you know how sometimes your thoughts can race and you get so caught up and you're either thinking about the past or thinking about the future, you're never fully present. Well, I have made a pretty big dedication and commitment to reading a lot more, and I just love the way that it makes me feel like a normal person again. Not only does it stretch my imagination and my vocabulary and makes me think about things, I actively take notes while I'm reading too. Not just on the material, but let's say something comes into my head while I'm reading, I'm writing that down too. So I definitely recommend, you don't think that you only have to stick to self-help or really, really heavy educational books. There is plenty of room and space in there for fantasy and fiction and romance and things that really just take your mind away from the real world, because that is actually pretty healthy for us to just kind of play and imagine. So that's the part for hot girl summer mental health. Moving on to hot girl appearance, which I'm pretty sure everyone has been waiting for this part. Listen, there's already plenty of tips online, like what makeup you need to buy, what skincare you should be using, what are the latest hair things. Don't get too overwhelmed with that. We're going to keep it back to basics. First of all, summer hygiene. Shower every day. It's hot out, girl. Everyone's sweating. And I don't know about you, but I can always tell if someone hasn't had a shower that day. And what do you think that tells me about them? Unless you don't have running water in your home, I think everyone should be showering every day and smelling good, especially the hot girls. So use lotions and fragrances that make you feel like you're on vacation. One of my favorite summer fragrances is actually called Vacation, and it comes in this glass bottle. It's $60, but it literally smells like a pool day. It smells like that perfect mixture of sunscreen and pool and glowy summer skin and swimsuit. And it's everything. I took that scent with me on vacation last year to Bora Bora, and it literally broke in my purse at the airport before we even got on the plane. And I was so upset about it. I was so upset because that was going to be my scent that I was going to be wearing on my vacation. And we checked the duty-free stores in the airport, and we went all over the place, and they didn't have it anywhere. Yeah, Sam ended up buying me a little Sol de Janeiro replacement, but it didn't even touch the Vacation fragrance. So I recommend that. And also during the summertime, it's a great time to switch up your perfumes. If you've been wearing something warmer, more woodsy, more wintry, or something more spring that's very fresh and very floral, I would say that for summertime, you can do maybe something a little sexier, something with vanilla, jasmine, something that just definitely reminds you of how you feel when you're ovulating. Another tip that I have for you guys, in shower moisturizing. So whether you're using a shower oil, those are really good. My favorite is the Lush Buffy Bar. So I go to the Lush store and they have this literal solid shea butter bar with little bits of grains, grainy coffee grounds in it. So you actually use that in the shower after you're done washing your body, and you literally rub it all over. And it does leave the shea on your skin and it exfoliates with the coffee grounds. But then when you rinse off, the lotion stays on your skin because the water doesn't wash off oil, but the little grounds and little exfoliating bits will come off. So this has been such a lifesaver for me because my skin will get really dry sometimes in the summer. And this makes it so glowy and so perfect and so pretty. The minute you step out of the shower, you're just like, oof, I'm so supple and soft and glowy. And so another hot girl summer tip, clean underneath those nails. I know you guys are eating the tacos, the burritos, everything. And unfortunately, the smell and the salsa can stay underneath the nails a long time. And I know the hot girls are getting their nails done, and we have some nail extending past the nail bed. And if you don't clean that, that's not a hot girl trait. If you guys need, you can literally order little scrubbies for underneath your fingernails on like Amazon. They're so easy to get. Another tip too, if you do get food like things and dirt and things like that stuck underneath your nails, you can ask your nail tech to actually use like a clear nail polish or a clear gel underneath so that the tip itself is smooth and that things will just slide off instead of getting stuck and adhering to the nail. Does that make sense? I've been doing that for a while now. It's definitely been a lifesaver. And also clean your ears. I know that's an easy thing to forget, but take a Q-tip to those things every single day. It's literally the worst thing when you're looking at a cute girl and then she turns up, them ears are just like, haven't seen a Q-tip since 2022. Anyway, moving on to new looks and outfits for hot girl summer. I just encourage you to experiment. Girl, experiment. There's nothing wrong with it. Try things out. Try them out because they caught your eye. Try them out because they make you feel a type of way when you put it on. The worst thing that you can do is just follow trends just to follow trends. There's just no uniqueness anymore. So I would just say go for brighter colors, fun patterns, interesting cuts, maybe like a more interesting shape of an outfit than what you would normally wear. So definitely look into that. And also, my life literally changed when I did my color analysis, which is kind of like a test to see your coloring, your skin tone, your eyes, and the amount of contrast that there is to your features. And then they take that and then they basically give you a color palette of things that you can wear. And then there's colors to avoid that will literally, no matter what kind of clothes you wear, and those colors will not look good on you. And dude, ever since I did this color analysis for myself, I'm like, yeah, of course, I always look incredible in these colors. And okay, that makes sense why when I wear all black, even though all black slays, it doesn't slay on me. Okay, that makes sense because I have very soft contrast between my features. So for example, I have light hair, light skin, light eyes. When you put my picture in black and white, there's not going to be a ton of contrast there. Does that make sense? So when you don't have a lot of contrast in your features and you wear really bright contrasting colors, it's not a good mixture. So it's really funny because ever since I started learning about this, I'll be looking at people and what they're wearing and I'm like, oh my goodness, that is so not your color. But it's on them to figure it out. And that's why I'm telling you guys about your color analysis. Definitely try to do that. There's literally a TikTok filter where you can do it. Now, back to trends. So like I said, trends are fine. They'll get you the attention that you're looking for, whatever. But try to create your own vibe. There is nobody like you, and people still really like to see uniqueness and see someone's personal spin on something rather than just, oh, another pretty girl that's just regurgitating everything that she sees online. What is even her sense of style? So if you want to have a hot girl summer, definitely experiment, try new things, but put your own spin on it. And when it comes to activities, travel it up if you're able to. If you have the time, the means, travel it up, go all over. I don't even have to tell you that you need to go to Italy. I'm sure you've already seen it by now. That is always going to be memories in the bank. The money will come back, but traveling and seeing the world, it's such a great privilege for those who have it. And for anyone who's willing to work for it too, can make it happen. I see friends from all sorts of walks of life, whether they're, not making a lot of money or people who are making a lot of money. They all travel in different ways, but they still find a way to have their summer experience that they want to have. If you aren't going to be traveling this summer, which is pretty much me, I would find cute places locally. There's just so much to explore at home. And you can, again, utilize Instagram Reels or TikTok to look for this, or you can ask the locals who have lived there for a really long time, be like, hey, what's like the locals love here? Like, what is the hole in the wall spots, right? Kind of start moving away from the touristy stuff. Going back to the inner child, activities like the zoo, getting ice cream, rollerblading, doing a beach day, or getting whipped around in a tube behind a boat, all of those things are going to be very thrilling and very, very fun for the inner child, and just to kind of make you feel that youthfulness and that excitedness for life again. So do all of the thrilling things. When it comes to hot girl summer romance, if you have a dude you're chasing, stop. Because how are you going to waste your summer wondering and caring about him? Like, again, if you're chasing him, he's not interested in you. There's just no other way to put it. There's no other psychological explanation. He just doesn't like you. And I'm sorry if this sounds a little harsh, but I just see girls doing this all the time. And it's like, no, it really is that simple. If you're in a relationship, decenter him from your life. You don't have to be doing all of your summer plans with your boyfriend or your husband. Like, you have girlies in your life too. And female relationships are so important too. I don't know what it is, but I feel like girls do better when they're not the ones obsessed with their man more than he is obsessed with them. So you know what I mean by that, and just kind of think about that for a little bit. But yeah, you can still have a lot of fun in a relationship during the summer. I'm just talking about it from the point of like, oh, if you're always waiting on him to have fun, or if you're always waiting on him to do something, or just permission to be a hot girl, like, don't. And if you have no interest in involving men in your hot girl summer, that's even better. That's like literally the best option for you. Finally, when it comes to your hot girl summer goals, don't stop pursuing them or becoming a better you. That doesn't stop just because, for example, when we were in school, we stopped learning during the summertime and it was only about fun. But never stop learning. Your mind is your biggest asset, and creating a system that helps you stay on track during the summer is really going to help. So however that looks for you, like, okay, what do I want to accomplish this summer? What am I going to do if I fall off track? That's pretty much the framework that you need to plan that out. And again, you're going to feel so, so good about yourself for using summer to catapult you into a new being, into a new woman. And yeah, so to sum it up, in this episode, we talked about ways that you can have a hot girl summer, what you got to do. Remember, having a hot girl summer, it's all about feeling your best and exploring new things, as well as embracing who you are individually. It's not about being perfect or looking perfect or fitting into some sort of certain mold or having the same summer as everyone else is having online. You can't compare to that. Hot girl summer, as it is for me, is more about being true to who you are and living life to the fullest how it looks to you, not to other people. So if you're going to be going to new places, trying new sports, or just simply enjoying your own company and getting grounded in nature, remember that it's what you do, what makes you happy, and the thoughts that you have that make you happy. And just a reminder to feel good about yourself. And don't forget, you're capable and gorgeous and highly favored. Have an unforgettable summer. Thank you for listening to this episode of Stellar Cycles. Be sure to follow on Instagram at Stellar Cycles Pod. You can download a free grocery guide based on what phase you are in your cycle. So if you're going to the grocery store and you're like, oh, my period is coming up, what kind of groceries should I buy? That's going to be a really great guide for you. And it's free. If you guys have time, please give us a 5-star rating if you enjoy this podcast. And if you're feeling extra generous, I would love to read any reviews that you leave behind for me. Until the next episode, spread the good word about Stellar Cycles to your fellow women, and let's all elevate our lives together. Till next time, Stellar Cycles out.